little sack that he carried with him. And he never knew where he was going, except he wanted to go. And one morning he got up and he was on his way, he was walking, and he heard footsteps coming up behind him. And he turned around and there was a young man there. And he said, "Oh, now I found you." And the old man said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "I had a dream. I had a dream I would seek and find an old man who would give me a treasure." The old man said, "Look at me. I have no treasures to give." Well, he said, well, and he dug in his little packet in his pouch, and he pulled out a ruby. Just a beautiful ruby, about the size of a golf ball. And they held it up, and they all looked through it and saw the light and the fire. And he put it in the young man's hand, and he said, "Here, maybe this is what you were thinking of." And the young man looked at it, and he thought, my, I don't deserve such a treasure as this, but thank you. And he turned around and walked to his little shack, and all the time looking at it and watching it. And he put it on a little table at his house and lit a candle and stayed up all night looking at it and dreaming about it and imagining what that could do. Well, the next morning, the old man woke up again, got up and said his prayers to all four corners of the earth, and began to walk. And again he heard footsteps coming up behind him. And he turned around, and there was a young man again, carrying the ruby. And the young man said, "I'm so glad I found you, because I can't keep this. I want to give it back to you." And the old man said, don't you want it? Don't you like the ruby?" He said, "Oh, yes, I love this ruby. I love the way it looks. But what I want from you is I want to know what you know that allowed you to give it away." And that's what you're doing. You're giving a beautiful ruby away.